Good morning. It is 9:39 here in New York, and we are doing it again here on Instagram Live, the conversation about the new normal. Paddington and I, this is our life. Wake up, go to the bathroom outside with Paddington, come back, feed Paddington, throw the ball, he'll take a nap. I'm telling you, it's like having a little baby. I've never had a little baby except this guy. So, here we go. Most of you probably what's going on now. So let's start bringing folks in.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, good morning to you. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Laura.
Laura, where are you in the world?
I am in Colorado.
Oh, Colorado. I love that. I love Colorado. Where in the state?
In Lafayette, next to Boulder.
I didn't know there was I grew up in Lafayette, Louisiana. I didn't know there was a Lafayette, Colorado.
Yeah.
So, tell me about your new normal, love. You're up early this morning. What's it, 7:40?
Yeah, 7:40, but I always wake up around 6 or 5. Yeah, and I'm actually born and raised in Puerto Rico.
Where on the island?
San Juan.
San Juan. Okay. Tell me about life now, given everything going on.
Everything is crazy. Like here in Colorado, we technically half of the people are technically in quarantine. The other people are not. Like it's not really being just applied. People can go out and everything. Restaurants are still open, even though they can only people can only order takeout or. So you see a lot of people outside. Schools are closed. Some schools have closed down till September, which is even more crazy. And then I work with a nonprofit organization that helps abuse kids. And so right now for us, it's like, because, these are the worst time for these kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do? I mean, there are obviously kids in need of your services. So is there an emergency plan, or are you just sort of grounded for the moment?
The organization that I help is called Child Help. It's a nonprofit organization running for 61 years now, and they work with just federal organizations to help out the kids. So it's not, right now they created the National Child Abuse Hotline. The number is 1-800-4-A-CHILD. And one of the things that they're currently doing is that if anybody that's watching this, if you guys know of any kid that is going through hunger, it doesn't matter where in the world they are. They could be like in Russia or whatever. They can call that number and ask for food, and they'll have somebody dispatched to give the food to the kids. That's great.
Awesome. That's
awesome.
It's
great.
I mean, I'm plugging in the cord so I don't die. Battery's running low. What is your situation in terms of you got food? Are you staying inside? Are you going out?
So personally, I'm taking a yoga teacher training. If I wasn't taking that yoga teacher training, I would be going out and working and trying to help out more of these kids because we're trying to raise awareness. So what we do is that we pair up with just like restaurants or stores and set up a booth there to raise awareness for this organization and have people help us. So personally, I'm not working, but a lot of my coworkers still are. So, and they're all around the U.S. So you'll probably, like some people that are not in quarantine, then you can see us around.
Good. Well, yeah. Give the number one more time for people who want to know.
1-800-4-A-CHILD.
Got it.
Yeah.
Nice to talk to you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I get nervous when it gets quiet. I'm like, Paddington, what are you doing? Good morning.
Morning.
What is your name?
My name's Tony. I'm living in Isabela, Puerto Rico.
Isabela.
Originally from, yes, I just moved out here August of last year.
Where are you from?
Miami.
Okay. How do you like the island?
I love it.
And what did you move there for?
Just to be closer to my mom, because my mom's getting up there in age, and be closer to the family.
Okay. Tell me about your new normal.
Well, in a way, I think it's good what they're doing, because they're trying to contain it so it doesn't get out of hand like it did in other countries.
Uh-huh.
You know, and we don't realize a lot of people are taking it as a joke, and as you know, the memes that come out, and I've seen some videos of some children struggling to breathe, and it really made an impression on me, especially when you have children. I have children, so it's a serious matter, and it's really unfortunate what's going on, and people are not taking it serious. So once I seen...
How old are your kids, Tony?
My oldest is 31. Yeah, I'm pretty old.
Are they taking it seriously?
Yes,
Okay, good.
very serious. My oldest daughter lives in Miami. My oldest son lives in Georgia. And my daughter's been working from home. My oldest son, he works in a job that he doesn't have that option. But, you know, everybody else is taking it serious.
Good. I think we have a social responsibility to tell people we're close to, both family and friends, how serious it is. And you know, it's interesting to hear you talk about that video and how it made an impression. Because in our business, there is editorial judgment as to whether or not we should publish a video that is graphic. And I remember my colleagues at 60 Minutes, which if you don't watch that show, I would recommend. It's a fabulous news program. Made the decision about a year ago to show video of children in Syria being gassed by their own government.
Yeah, I seen that.
And
I seen that.
It was horrific. It was horrific to watch. And it was an editorial decision that the company made because they felt like the citizens of the world needed to understand what was going on.
Need to know.
Correct. So to hear you say that video was really impressionable on you is interesting for me as a journalist to realize that that was maybe what made you go, okay, I get it.
I want to also thank you for everything that you've done to keep people informed of what's going on in the island, because when I was in Miami and everything was going about Ricky, the renuncia, and all the stuff going on in San Juan and about the governor, that a lot of people you keep us informed, people that are not on the island, and I really appreciate everything that you've done for us. And I know you're not a politician, but I guarantee you, if you ever ran for office in Puerto Rico, you probably would.
Thank you, Tony. Nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you. My best to your mom. Listen, because she's up there in age, please social distance yourself from her. It's important.
Yeah, and I won't let her go to the supermarket, or I'll go for her. I won't let them, you know, it's
good.
All right.
Nice talking to you, Tony. God bless you. Are you over there annihilating that toy? What are you doing? You're not going to eat that toy, right?
Hi, David.
Good morning to you. What's your name?
My name is Jonathan Ramos.
Where are you in the world, Jonathan?
Right now, I'm in Orlando, Florida, really close to Walt Disney World.
Okay. Tell me about your new normal.
My new normal, I'm a lifeguard for Disney.
Yeah.
And my last shift was yesterday. And we have to stay to provide the care to the last guests that we have in the resorts. And for us, it's really hard because, you know, we receive a lot of tourists during the year.
Yeah.
And right now we had to stay in our houses to help and prevent this situation.
So I want to be clear. You're still working?
No, I had my last shift yesterday.
Okay. So when you say to help them, stay in their house to help them, what do you mean?
I mean, we have to stay in our houses, like, to prevent this situation. But
right. In your own house.
In my own house.
Yeah,
and,
I get it.
Yesterday was my last shift, and we have guests at the resort.
Yeah.
And we have to make sure, like, wait until all of them
I see.
Go back home.
Tony, Jonathan, how much of a nest egg do you have to live on if you don't work for a while?
I mean, I'm really grateful for the company that I work for, Disney World,
Yeah.
and I also work for the Orlando Magic and the NBA, and
Good for you.
Yeah, and they're gonna help us. But I feel really bad because I have friends and family they don't know where they're gonna get the money to pay the rent and pay all the bills, and it's really really bad. I'm willing to help them with whatever I get.
It's interesting you say that. The United States government is talking about sending individual checks to Americans around the country to help them. The check could be $1,000, it could be more. And I was thinking that my hope is that people who are financially secure start donating their $1,000 checks to other people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind to help other people or family or with anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm really blessed that I have the opportunity to get paid in this situation.
Amen.
But I'm thinking about others, like they won't get paid until we don't know, 3 weeks, 1 month, we don't know.
I can tell it weighs on you.
Yes, sir.
Weighs on you, like it affects you when you think about that, huh?
Yeah, that made me happy. In Puerto Rico, it's we say if you have a plate for two, that means that three can eat from that plate. So if we can share, why not?
Oh my God!
And
wait a minute. This is my new favorite saying. If you have a plate for two, that means three can eat too.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that is so good. I love that. I love that.
That's who we are, and I appreciate you and thank you for everything that you do in the island, because I moved to Orlando 6 years ago, and I have all my family there. And when I see people like you going there and talking for the people of Puerto Rico, that made me feel like somebody's care about us in the mainland, and that made me happy. That made me have hope that one day I can go back to my island.
Oh, I would love to know that one day you did go back, because the opportunity was there. As I've said before, Jonathan, every single Puerto Rican I talked to didn't leave because they didn't like it. They left because they needed to, and they always want to go back. So the island loves you. I hope you visit, and I wish you my very best. Nice talking with you. Can you hear me?
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. God bless you.
God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye. What you doing? What you doing over there, Nugget? What you doing over there, Nugget?
Hey, I just woke up, so I look like a hot mess. How are you?
Oh, hey, but you know what? That's just real. You are
right?
all of us. So
this
don't
is
put
mom
on
life right now.
Don't put on for us. Okay. What's your name? Where are you in the world?
All right. So my name is Kyra. I currently live in Addison. We're like a suburb from Chicago, not too far.
Okay.
And I work part-time at Sam's Club.
Okay, got it. What is how many kids?
Huh?
How many kids?
We have an 18-month-old.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So what's the situation? Are you still working?
Yeah, we're still working. We're not closing. The only way we would ever close our store, specifically in the Addison location at Sam's, is if in case someone in our staff has coronavirus.
Okay,
that's
what are they doing to protect you while you work?
Unfortunately, just gloves and hand sanitizer and wipes.
Are you social?
No.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And then no mask.
No mask.
Yeah.
You would think Sam's Club has masks. If Sam's Club ain't got masks for their own employees, you know they're running low on masks.
Yeah.
Are you social distancing in terms of people who wait at the register? Are you requiring people to stand 6 feet apart as they come to check out?
Mm-mm.
Do you have long lines outside the store for people?
We have long lines. Like, so, for example, Monday through Saturday, we open as early as 9 a.m. People are lined up at 6:30 just to get toilet paper.
Just to get toilet paper.
I was telling my husband, we were at 3 weeks ago, no, like maybe 3 weeks and a half ago, the limit was 2 toilet papers. That stopped yesterday. Now the limit is 1. Limit is 1 on everything. So if you have a big family and you need 2 paper towels, well, guess what? You're only getting 1. And if your kids like certain cereals or certain items like cheese and stuff, you're only getting 1 per item. You know,
okay.
Bags of rice used to be, unlimited. Then we brought it down to 2. Now it's 1.
Do you have any concerns or fears that you want to talk about?
No, I like to be optimistic. Last I was diagnosed with osteomyelitis. So I was inside my apartment because I wasn't
What
walking all year.
what what is that?
A bone infection.
Oh,
So yeah,
are
I
you
caught that
better?
from the second. Oh yeah, I'm better. I'm walking now, but I wasn't walking last year.
Oh, wow, thank God.
Yeah. So
Um,
staying in is basically, I know how it feels because that's how it was last year. But I like to keep the positive attitude, saying, you know, as long as my husband and my baby's healthy, that's all I mean. So.
I hear that. Listen, the president of CBS News is calling me, everybody.
Oh my
So
God.
I,
Well,
I
thank you
will
so much.
I'll be
And
right
my
back.
husband's
God
family's from
bless.
Puerto Rico, so thank you so much for everything.
Thank you. I'm here. Go ahead. Hi, Z. Good morning. Listen, so Sean and I just wanted to run this by you. I come back to work Sunday, been working from home. Sean's been doing a great job in the field. One thing we need to talk about is, well, it's a little bit concerned, Sean's going home with family. I'm still home with Dolly, so he's a little respect what she's saying. Anyway, I just thought they would take a company-wide approach, you know? Yeah, I thought there would have been some type of company-wide approach. Yeah, I definitely thought so too. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. 1 minute. Right. Okay. Right. Right. Look, I hear you. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't think you should. I don't think you should. I hear your point. I think we're just living in different times, and this is the reality that we're dealing with. What I'd like for you to do is craft an email to her and send it to me first. Let me take a look at it, and I think we make the ask today as to what she wants to do. You know what I mean? And just sort of offer that as an option and see what the response is. Correct. 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 Okay. Yeah. Got it. Got it. Got it. All right. Send it to me before you send it. Okay, thank you so much. Bye-bye. So basically, guys, that's just a conversation to discuss how we are going to be safe. Because you have to remember, when I go out in public, I'm not only exposing myself to a risk, I'm exposing my team, and they're exposing me to their risks. So yeah, everything's fine. We're just talking about, I come out of this quarantine that the company asked me to do on Sunday. And so as we go back into the world, so to speak, are we, no, don't eat the shirt, Paddington. Are we doing it in a way that is safe for everybody? So here we go. Continuing on with the conversations.
Hi, Dave.
Good morning. What is your name?
Sandy from Easton, PA.
Okay. Tell me what the new normal is in PA.
It's I'm in Easton, borders, New Jersey. We're about 5 minutes out. It's quiet. It's it's very quiet, but it's not chaotic. When shopping, the supermarkets are looking pretty good. The numbers of people are low. They were pretty. You know what? If everyone does what they have to do,
Yeah.
and just heed to all the advice,
Yep.
everybody will be just fine. That's it.
I've said that if the grocery store is closed, then you're going to hear a little bit of panic from me. But, but listen, every governor has said that, and the president has said, they don't plan to close grocery stores. And,
Right.
My thought is, when I go into the grocery store, I stay the hell away from people. Not because I'm rude, but because I don't want to be by other people.
That's right.
Just in case, right? Just in case.
And they've been doing really good. With the spacing is good. They wave from afar.
Right.
When we went to the checkout, even at the checkout, it's working. It's working. Every now and then you get some people that, kind of fight it a little bit. But listen, if they close the bodegas, there's going to be a problem because if I can't get my Pop-Tarts, man, it's going to be a problem. But no.
Well, listen, nice to get a little report from that part of Peter, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, and I'd also like to thank you so very much for everything you're doing in Puerto Rico. I got family, I got property. It is you're amazing. Keep up the great work, and I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you, Sandy. Nice talking with you.
You too.
It's what I do all day. All day.
Oh my God, I can't believe this.
I can't believe it either. What's your name?
Sharon. I live in Long Beach, California. It's 7:06 in the morning
It
here.
is
So
7:06. What are you doing up at 7:06?
I've been up since 3, so it's been interesting.
On purpose?
I'm Puerto Rican, so I'm always stressed. So and so when we're stressed, we clean.
Oh, well, look, this is for
Oh my
you.
God.
This is for you. Like, literally, why am I sitting my butt on my couch doing this is because I want to do it for people like you. What
Oh my
are
God.
you stressed about? We're all listening.
So I'm an early childhood center teacher here in California, in the South Bay. And even though the school systems have a bailout for their teachers and assistants to be paid, because my program is self-funded, we don't have a bailout. So as of right now, I have a job that's paying me, thank God, but for how long? And I know I'm not the only early center, early educator that's dealing with this right now. I'm sure there are a lot of preschool teachers, a lot of early, Head Start teachers that are potentially dealing with the same thing. This went really quick.
Paddington, get down. Paddington. Sorry, love.
That's because he's Puerto Rican.
This is just my life. Well, you know what's funny? You know how I know? Y'all are going to hate this. You know how
No, we're not.
You know how I know I'm not Puerto Rican? Because I don't clean when I get stressed.
No, let me tell you, you're Puerto Rican because if we love you as much as us Puerto Ricans people do, you are one of us now. So let me tell you, if it wasn't for you,
keep going.
No, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have known how my island was during Hurricane Katrina. My God, Maria. It was such a hard time. It took me almost 3 months to get a hold of my family, and just seeing your news feed made me realize, and the fact that you put such a positivity to it, even though we are going through hard times, we're going to dance, we're going to laugh. And what the gentleman said, the one that has the coronavirus, and he's in Mayagüez, thank God, going to be released on Sunday, when he said, about our people, that is. And I think people forget, we're Americans too. And, our men and women fight for this country, and we pay taxes. And so when things don't happen the way it should, it's a little disheartening. So I know that my district, going back to that real quick, I know my district is trying to do everything they can, but for how long? Because you can't keep taking from A to give to B, and we're not working. So, and I know that they've asked for our parents to donate their tuition, even though their kids aren't there. I know the administrators that have children in our child development centers have donated their tuition. So it's a blessing, but my concern is we started off with a date of April 12th to come back. Then it moved in a week, then April 19th, and we got an email yesterday, May 5th. So as this keeps getting pushed further back, and it's concerning because it looks like we may go into July. You keep hearing those dates, June, July. It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard right now. And just the thought of, I'm a single mom of 2 girls. My eldest is 20 in college. She lost her job because she had a work study on her college campus at a child development center, which isn't her major. She swore she would never be a teacher like her mom. We'll see. It's just hard because I see my 20-year-old worried about stuff that she shouldn't, as a Puerto Rican woman, I'm going to always make sure my kids are taken care of, but it's really scary right now. Really, really scary. But Dios primero. God always first. So, oh my God, I'm so shocked when I saw that you accepted. I was like, oh my God. And I literally got up and I said, something told me. I said, let me brush my teeth and fix my hair a little bit. But I'm thinking, it's 7 in the morning. He's not going to push on me.
It was your time. I offer this to you.
Thank you.
And you should know this came from someone who is Puerto Rican, of course.
Of course.
And sent me not only this shirt, which I love, and what it says. It's so comfortable too. And
yeah, we like comfort.
And made on the island, I think. Listen, we hear you. We hear you, and you're not alone. You're not alone. Now, you're not alone doesn't diminish how you feel. Doesn't mean you're less than how we feel. It just means like everybody collectively hears you.
So it would be really good if I think, you know, the politicians right now, the one thing I can say is that no matter what political side they're on, I think they're seeing the bigger picture. And it took this for them to realize, look, it doesn't matter, Democrat, Independent, Republican, we need to come together. Our people out here are in need, which is great. But our Governor Newsom, I don't know if maybe this wasn't a thought. I know the bailouts for the schools are there, but if parents go back to work and there are no child care centers that are available to them, it's going to make the work crisis even harder. So my thought and my prayer is that, you know, whoever's seeing this that's close to Governor Newsom, please look into this. You know, it's not just my state of California. I'm originally from New York, from the South Bronx. I'm sure they're dealing with it as well, knowing how much childcare is so important so that us working parents can go to work. And if it's not available to us, I don't know. And I know that the state is bailing out the state-funded programs, but us that are self-supporting, that our parents pay the tuition, which pays until the salaries and everything else that goes to the, you know, running of these programs, we're in a dire need right now.
I hear you. I hear you loud and clear.
And we love you, love you, love you, love you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.
Enjoy the sunshine of Long Beach.
Yes, I will.
All right, babe. Bye-bye. Nice lady. You know who I'm going to try to bring on? She may not be expecting this.
Chelsea.
Hello, darling.
Hi.
How are you? Tell everybody who you are and where you are.
I am in Chicago, and I'm Ana Belaval, and I'm a reporter for WGM Morning News, but I usually cover features, which is quite a challenge now with all of us having to stay home with our kids.
Hi. I see pictures of you on Instagram all the time.
This is my friend David.
Hi.
Hi. He
Hi.
turns 7 tomorrow. We have to cancel his birthday party.
Oh, okay. So so I want to know from you, because we're talking to people about the new normal and what they're doing different. So what are you going to do at home? Are you going to celebrate at home?
What are we going to do?
I'm celebrating at home.
What are we going to do, Alex? What do you think? What are your plans?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know anything.
He wants a poster. He commissions his birthday.
Oh, okay.
So there has to be a poster made today. He's the biggest challenge because and all mothers know that he's sick, so we have to sit and study with him. Yeah. And our teachers have done such an awesome job of sending information every morning of what they need to do. But I'm a working mom because I have to and because I want to, and I don't want to teach them.
Amen. Amen. But you know what? And now you're having to. Like, all these moms are becoming homeschool teachers on the fly. You know, I talked to a great teacher in Chicago the other day. Originally, I think she was Puerto Rican, right? Or was her boyfriend Puerto Rican? Anyway, she had run off all kinds of copies of tests, opened the back hatch of her vehicle, and families would drive up. She would wave to them from the driver's seat. They'd pick up a packet and go. I mean, that's devotion to the kids, man.
It's unbelievable. And here with the Chicago Public Schools, they closed on Monday.
Yeah.
And all our teachers on Monday spent the day sending us information on what apps to get. Every morning they send a note and they're like, good morning, friends, and give them what they have to do for that day. So we have the direction. It's just overwhelming because my husband works full time from home. I work in the mornings, so I come home and we do the e-learning. My 12-year-old has done great, but with her, it's more the emotional component, right? The lack of connecting with her friends, seeing them. That has been the hardest part. And then for us in the news business, my segment's called Around Town. We call it Around the Home now. Because, you know, I tell people how to take virtual tours of places in the world, what to do with their kids, and we FaceTime with interviewers, and our show is pretty irrelevant and funny, and so we have to watch that line because we don't want to make fun of this situation, but people have been thanking us for at least, you know, being human and keeping it a little light and showing how we're all surviving this.
I have to tell you, love, first of all, where can people go to follow you if they want to? What's your Instagram handle?
Ana Belaval, traditional spelling. Oh, just kidding. Ana is with one N because I'm Puerto Rican and it's a Spanish name. .Belaval. B as in boy, E-L-A, V as in victory, A-L. And that's on Instagram.
I was going to tell you that I think tone is everything. And, you know, I don't have the luxury of doing the job that you do, which is so much fun to watch. I mean, you literally, I think, are just bringing joy into the world every day. And so I think tone, even when you're doing that, is mindful, because even though we want to break, the only thing I care about is the latest on this. Like, yeah, sure, I love a little laugh, but like, more than a laugh, I want new information.
Right.
More than a giggle, I want an update on cases. More than, you know, so it's like, and I think that's collectively what people want. So to hear you talk about being mindful of tone is so smart.
We have to be mindful of tone. And Monday, I went out and did it around town. And I went to a town maybe an hour away from Chicago. And because we thought it's a small business, they need the help. And I stayed my distance from the person, and it was woodworking. And she held my hand to help me with the screwdriver. And viewers started calling, she's not supposed to be there. She needs to get out. So we switched gears, and we're very honest with the audience, which is something that maybe I didn't learn in journalism school. You didn't humanize yourself. We weren't part of the story. But we tell them, listen, we're trying to figure out how to cover this with you. We don't want to be in the way either, David. We didn't want to be in different places to help the business and then give the false impression that you should be going places, or give the false impression that things were okay to go check a new pair of whatever. You know, we have to be sensitive to that. And so,
you are so right. You are so right. Yeah, it's so important. And listen, back in the day before we had social media, if people complained, they complained to themselves or whoever was around them. Now people can complain, and like, you find out in 25 seconds, you know? So
directly. And so does the entire, you know, our parents and everything. But, you know, I was thinking, David, and I wanted to tell you, you know, you've been so connected to Puerto Rico since the hurricane. And I realized that when things, my grandpa used to say, if the United States gets a cold, Puerto Rico gets pneumonia, right? So everything, because of our colonial status, everything is heightened and worse on the island. And you have kind of discovered that. So when something happens on the mainland, I appreciate that you go on red alert and start connecting the dots of how it's going to be worse on our island. And I appreciate that you've been doing that work.
So you've just helped me find an analogy for why it's so important. Mm-hmm. With coronavirus, we are deeply concerned about the elderly. It's the same thing sort of with Puerto Rico. Like, Puerto Rico is more vulnerable for what you just explained. When the U.S. sneezes, Puerto Rico gets pneumonia. That's why it's important. I don't get a whole bunch of questions like this, but every once in a while people will say, why are you always talking about Puerto Rico? Well, why are we always talking about taking care of those who are in need the most? And it's not that Puerto Rican, let's be clear, it's not that the people of Puerto Rico cannot help themselves, don't want to help themselves, are looking for a handout. This is not what we're talking about. We're talking about an island in the middle of the ocean that doesn't have voting representation in the Congress, doesn't have the same benefits that mainland citizens do, and are dependent on Washington to tell them what they can do, and currently are bankrupt and depend on a board that oversees all their finances. That's why we say they are more vulnerable, so to speak.
Absolutely. And if you don't sound the alarm, if you don't say, hey, don't forget about those people that are, you know, south of Florida and Cuba and Hispaniola. We're right there, and we're part of the United States. And listen, after Maria, most of the people that live in Puerto Rico, a lot of the population is elderly. We have a lot of cases of asthma, a lot of cases of diabetes. The dialysis issues. Do you remember during Maria how many times you and I got messages, my brother needs dialysis and he can't come from the mountain and it's shut down? If they catch this, we're in trouble. Specialists have left. So, you know, I spoke to my parents on Monday or Sunday, and they sounded fine. By Monday, my mom is like, oh my God. My dad suffers from asthma since Hurricane Maria because of all the diesel fumes and all that. And so, you know, yes, like my grandpa said, we get a cold on the main line, the Puerto Ricans are going to get pneumonia, and we're an afterthought. We saw it during the hurricane. Unless someone like you with blue eyes, handsome, articulate in English, who works for a major network says, hey, these people matter, they're not going to hear us, no matter how fluent we are in the language, and no matter how much, you know, we don't have representation that has a direct effect on Congress. What we have is like a representative that, you know, takes a picture with everybody else.
When your parents give you a good life and you grow up, you realize that you owe them something and you don't want to let them down.
It's really
The Puerto
interesting.
Rican, hang on, let me
Yeah.
finish it. The Puerto Ricans gave me this platform. So I owe it to them not to let them down, and I owe it to them to make sure they're forever heard. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. And it's interesting, you know, you and I have been blessed with parents who take care of us, who love us, who had the resources to find help for us. And sometimes you're like, I shouldn't be complaining, but we have to use these platforms to say other people are not that lucky.
That's
and
right.
And it doesn't mean that they don't deserve it. And it doesn't mean that because we have that background, doesn't mean that you don't care and you can't empathize.
Correct.
And I think that, you know, the other day I posted the restaurants here in Chicago, just like everybody everywhere else, they've laid off people. The events places have laid off 95% of their workforce. There are salespeople on the event side working for free, hoping that when everything calms down, they'll be able to get commission. So I was writing, we're producing a one-woman show, and all those people get paid when my show went on stage. We don't know what's going to happen with that. And all of my friends have lost all those gigs. I went to a show on a Saturday, and by the Tuesday it was canceled, and all those people lost that income because they're freelancers. So it's as equal, it's a natural disaster as it's equalizing as the hurricane was.
There's nothing else to say because it's so well said. I have one more question for you. Your mother and father are on the island. They are of the age where they're in a higher risk category. Are they isolated, so to speak? Are they not going out?
Yeah, they're not going out. My brother is helping out. My brother and sister-in-law are amazing. And so they, you know, they have a routine. Mondays they go to the supermarket, and then Saturdays they go out to dinner, and so Sundays they go to church. And so that has stopped, and my brother brings the groceries.
Good.
My mom has moderate Parkinson's, but my mom is a very organized person, so all that stuff is home. My brother's getting the medication, and then my brother's not going upstairs to see them, leaves it by the entrance, by the lobby of their building. And because he's still working, he's a journalist too, so he's still working, and he's going to the supermarket and all those places, and we don't want to take a chance.
Everything she just described are best practices that we should all be following.
Yeah.
And the only thing I would add to that is if someone who's elderly goes to pick up that bag left for them, do so with a wipe or something that you can wipe on the bag, because as we're finding out, the virus is living longer than they thought on hard surfaces, and up to 24 hours or a little bit more on potentially a bag or something like that.
Yeah.
So listen, I want to thank you, and I hope I'm okay. Can I talk about what you shared with me the other day and gave me a heads up on that?
Yes,
allowed me
absolutely.
To,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So Anna reached out to me, I think it was 24 hours ago, and said there's an incredible story at Mayaguez that they would like to share with you. And it is the 87-year-old man, U.S. Marine from San Diego, on a cruise ship, was airlifted to Mayaguez, tested positive for COVID-19, and is going to survive. He's being released tomorrow. So I want to thank you, because the story was so important for two reasons. It gives hope to all of us who need hope, and it provides information to doctors who are able to say, what did y'all do? Because that man had a ton of pre-existing conditions. And the fact that he is still alive is remarkable.
Like they say in Puerto Rico, his color was great.
His color
I
was
couldn't get over how good he looked. And you know what broke my heart? That he's alone.
Me too. But I heard he has Facebook. His wife sent me a lovely message last night. So, and what made my heart swell is when he talked about his appreciation for the Puerto Rican people.
Oh,
That's what made my heart swell, right? Because how do you change hearts and minds? You allow people to experience the love.
that's what I say all the
I
time.
can preach to you, but let me just love you. And when I show you love, people go, really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
I think that's how you kill racism. I think that's how you get rid of all those preconceived notions. Meet me. Get to know me. I'm going to wear who I am and my culture and my upbringing on my heart and
Bingo.
as a badge of honor. And
Bingo.
you'll see, you're going to find more things that you're in common, that you have in common with. He went to Mayagüez. Let me tell you, Mayagüez, I know you have other people who want to talk to you, but Mayagüez has one of our best universities.
Yes.
The recinto de la Universidad de Puerto Rico, Mayagüez, the engineers that come out of there come to the mainland to work at places that are unbelievable. NASA kills for them. And we have great doctors on the island of Puerto Rico, trained in Puerto Rico and trained abroad. And that's why when my mom got Parkinson's, everyone's like, you need to fly her to Chicago. You need to. And she has neurologists that are doing exactly what they're doing here. Maybe they're not the same machines or resources, but they are well educated. They have continuous education. And I was so proud that Mayagüez could take care of this man.
Me too. And I was so proud to give him a giant shout out. So I would encourage all of you, if you haven't seen the video, you can go to my Instagram story and click on the link. I posted on my Instagram wall. I posted on Twitter and Facebook. Go watch that story because you will watch it and feel some hope afterward. Last question is, where does your brother work? I didn't know he's a journalist.
My brother works at the Caribbean Business Weekly. So he's a business journalist. He used to work at the San Juan, oh my God, the San Juan Star. And so, yeah, my brother is a journalist. And then my sister-in-law almost died after she spoke on the phone with you.
Oh, listen, she may not be watching this, but if she does, I thank her for reaching out. I really appreciate you guys bringing me that story and giving me the opportunity to share it with everybody.
Absolutely, David. We love you. Take care of yourself.
Love you too.
Take care. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye. She is a hoot. She's super talented. And even if you don't live in Chicago, go follow her. Her social media is entertaining. Paddington is sitting in front of me. Would y'all like to see him? Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. What's your name?
My name is Carmen. I'm from Isabela, Puerto Rico.
Hello,
I'm married
Carmen.
to a man who worked for CBS for 33 years. He was a CFO, and we've been living on the island for about 7 years now. We live right on the beach.
Time out. He worked for CBS where?
He worked for CBS all over the place. He worked in Philadelphia. He worked in Miami. He worked in San Francisco. He worked in Pennsylvania. He worked everywhere. But
I love it.
Yeah.
Tell me about your new normal.
Well, I got to tell you, I am Puerto Rican. My husband is, let's say Pennsylvania. I don't want. How do you say Pennsylvania? He's a country guy. Okay. So it's been hard on the island because I speak Spanish, but he doesn't. And every time we hear a news conference, I cringe because he doesn't really get what's going on. And
your husband doesn't?
No, because he doesn't speak Spanish. My husband is Anglo, but he retired to the island because he fell in love with it when I brought him many years ago. So we've been here for 7 years. He's retired, but every time we hear the governor, I just like, oh no, like we have a signing for the death. We don't have a scroll on the bottom. This is like emergency. We keep getting those news alerts like at 8:30, 8:45, like stay in, you can't do anything. And he was like, what's going on? So if I don't listen to you or listen to the news or go on Twitter, we really don't know what's going on. So it's a little difficult.
Well, listen.
And you know, they have a new law in Puerto Rico that if you bring $250,000 on the island, they welcome you. But they welcome you on the island to spend your money, but they don't welcome you on the island with the language. So it's a little difficult.
This is very interesting. I don't know that I've ever heard anybody express it this way. And what I appreciate is that it's not that. I mean, you speak Spanish, obviously, so you get it.
I was born in Arecibo. I'm a New Jersey girl from all accounts because that's where I was from. We're going outside so I can show you my house. This is the beach outside my house. So,
oh my word!
He's working in the yard. Randy, David's on. And it's just hard because, like I said, we came here with money to spend on the island, but no information in English to be able to communicate. They're okay with the money, but not with the communication. So it's a little hard.
Well, check it out. This is why I do what I do, because I know there are people like your husband on the island. And so...
David's on. David.
What
I'm sorry.
a beautiful place.
Oh, thank you.
I
He
love
does orchids too.
I love the yard.
Thank you. He has the green thumb, not I. I was just telling him about how we were having difficulty with the English.
Yes.
Here he is.
Hello. Hi, David.
Hello, Randy. How are you?
I'm good. I had sent you a direct message several days ago, just since you seem to have a little bit of an ability to talk to the governor of the island here. When they do important news conferences, if they could just do a scroll at the bottom of the page, at the bottom of the screen, in English, so that I can understand the important things they're trying to say. I know some
I hear
Spanish,
you.
but not enough. I know the law.
I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. Yeah. I will ask them. I'll tell you that I don't know that it's going to go anywhere because sometimes, like the mayor of San Juan had a news conference the other day, and she did a bit in English because she wrote to me and said, "Hey, I heard you saying you need to get information to people who only speak English." And so she did that. And I said, well, I appreciate it. The governor, I will tell you, you may already know, prefers not to do interviews in English. So she will ask her Secretary of State, Elmer Roman, to do it. And I did an interview with him the other day. Look, this is good for me to hear.
Yeah,
I'm trying to keep you guys as updated as possible, but this is really good. Let me bring it to them and let me see what they can do. At least maybe every time she speaks, they can have someone who speaks English and who is with her give a synopsis of what she's saying.
You know,
I'll ask.
That's how we want a synopsis, because they're pretty good about sending us the alerts. Like I tell you, at 8:45, it's
right.
us out when we hear it. But you know what? That's pretty much it. We don't really get any.
I will ask. Is that the beach?
Yeah,
too?
it is. We have our own little private beach on the island. Right next to us is a golf course called Royo Isabela. And if you go really far, you can see the flag of Quebradillas, Oaxaca. If you go this way, there's a little beach called Villa Pisquera, which is in Isabela, which they have a lot of little places that you can go. And we can actually walk to Hobos Beach, which is a very important area here in Isabela. So we're kind of in the midst of things. There's only 3 houses where we live. And like I said, this is it. I mean, we pretty much stay home, and we have the Coast Guard doing exercises in front of our house all the time. So they fly out airplanes and they do their thing. And they're actually, if you look kind of like down there by the rocks, that's where the Dominicans come to land from the boats. They come here on the island and
so
they escape.
Some of them enter there.
The Dominicans enter here, yeah. We have a lot of border patrol coming around this area because this is where they like to come. And we've actually seen a lot of people in handcuffs. They're Dominicans who actually have been detained from this area. We've seen the helicopters come and cut the boats in half and go. So this is an interesting area, and it's just a shame that, I mean, we've brought a lot to the island and we enjoy being here, but it'd be nice to have some communication in English. Not a lot, just a little synopsis or just a scroll.
Let me see what I can do. Until then, just stay tuned to my social media, and I will do the best I can.
I always do. Thank you so much for everything you do for the island. I only heard about you just recently because during Maria, we didn't have electricity for 4 months, and my sister lives in Florida. And she's like, you don't know about David? And I was like, I haven't been online for like 4 months. I mean, so I just heard about you after we had the earthquake that we actually felt here in the house. So I'm really appreciative of what you do. I don't know of any other person who's done it, and everybody on the island just loves you. And we've just found out about you a couple months ago, and we were very appreciative. So thank you very much for everything you do.
Well, that means a lot. Thank you, Carmen. I will keep you guys informed to the best I can, and I mean that. Stay tuned.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. What a view that she has from where she lives. Holy moly, that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Hello, David. How are you?
Hello. I am good. How are you? What is your name and where are you?
I am Inez. I'm Puerto Rico travel buddy, and I'm sharing some more of that beautiful coast. Not bad, huh?
It's beautiful. Where are you?
I'm in Quebradillas, Puerto Rico.
Quebradillas, of course.
Right before Isabela. I'm a travel buddy, and I've been affected, but I'm still promoting my island.
So I want to give you a little opportunity to promote it. Tell people watching the top 3 things that you would want to promote they must see when they go?
The West Coast,
Okay.
Isabela,
Okay.
Quebradillas, and Aguadilla. My favorite towns.
Okay. Okay.
We
All
have
right.
maybe 30 to 40 things to do just in those 3 towns. And they call this the Isla. So if you're in San Juan and you want to get away, you come to La Isla, this side. I am a host. I host 5 Airbnbs. And we lock them down for safety.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we'll soon be back. And we're
Definitely.
waiting for you. I wrote to you when you were here during Maria because we wanted you to stay with us.
That's sweet.
You're
Well, you know what?
welcome to come.
You know what? I only recently just went to the southwestern part because of the earthquake. So I thought Peñuelas and Guayanilla and Guanica and Yauco were beautiful. When you come to Yauco and you see all those houses up on the hill, the multicolored houses, I was like, this is stunning.
Amazing. And we have a little section like that in Aguadilla here too.
I've heard.
It was
I've
a
heard
project, and it just looks so beautiful. And
Yeah.
you know, we want to stay positive. We're protecting our island, okay? And we want the travelers to know that. I had travelers up until Thursday. They left back to Montana. They didn't want to go back. They wanted to stay. I have 1 home rented to April. They don't want to leave.
You have
They'd
1
rather
home
stay here.
rented to who?
To a client of mine decided to stay through the whole month.
I see.
They want to stay in Puerto Rico.
I hear you.
They feel better looking at the ocean and the fresh air.
And the breeze. Oh my
And
gosh,
the
you're
breeze.
making me miss
It
it.
was 69 last night.
Listen, thank you for sharing a little bit of joy with us. This is
Yes,
this is what
that's
we
right.
needed.
Puerto Rico, we're all about love, and we're all about just staying positive, and we're protecting the island so that everyone could come and visit us. Check me out, Puerto Rico Travel Buddy.
Travel buddy.
My island.
Nice to meet you, Inez.
Likewise. Take care. God bless you.
God bless you. What a breath of fresh air she is, right? Boy, those views in Quebradillas and Isabela. Wow. Holy moly. Stunning. Stunning. I think I just surprised someone. So I think I hit a button that basically invites someone to come in live, but they did not ask to come in live. So they're probably sitting there thinking, why are you calling on me?
Hey, so I just woke up, so I have my lights turned off.
That's okay.
Yeah, I was thinking, you know, for the to get the facts straight, because you know, there's a lot of young people out there that doesn't get the right information or believe everything out there. Like, we have no protocol right now in the airport, right?
Can you turn the light on so we can see you?
Okay, let me put a chair real.
Well, what do you know? Instagram killed us. So that means we've been on for an hour. So I'll wait for everybody to get back on. We were just talking to a gentleman who was watching from bed. The lights were off. He didn't have a shirt on, so he was changing and getting dressed, and then Instagram killed it. So welcome back to everyone who is watching. It's 10:40 in New York. We've been on for an hour, and the reason I know it is because Instagram cuts it off after an hour. So here we are. To the gentleman we were just talking to, he was getting a shirt, and he was going to turn the lights on, but Instagram cut it off. So our apologies to him. Let's bring in Mario.
No.
Okay. I think some people hit this button, and I'm not sure if they really mean to hit the button, or if they change their mind once they see their arm.
Yes. Oh my God.
Hello. Where
Hi,
are you?
David. How are you? Well,
Hi.
you caught me at a bad time, but that's okay, right?
Oh, honey, you are all of us on a Saturday morning just sitting
It's
here.
Saturday morning. Yes.
Who are you and where are you?
My name is Joanne Rodriguez. I'm in New York. I'm in Westchester County in the outskirts of New York City. Half hour in the city. We're both here. Say hi to Aiden. Aiden.
Hey.
Come here. Hi.
Hi, Aiden. Hi.
Yeah, so we are adjusting to the new norm. I'm loving your show because it's brought so much inspiration for me in particular. And I love coming on and watching all the stories. So inspiring, especially the 86-year-old man that just recovered from this. So it's like a nice.
Isn't that amazing?
Very, very amazing. I want to know what the doctors did. That's what I would like to know.
Well, go, but wait, you got to go watch the interview. At the end, I interview the doctor.
Okay, I'm going to watch it. Yes.
Yeah, I interview the doctor and she explains, and I'll give you the short version. They essentially just did the same type of treatment they would do for anyone with pneumonia. Because when he got to the hospital, he had a pretty serious case of pneumonia. And so they treated him aggressively in isolation. There really is no secret sauce. That's what makes this case so unique.
And with antibiotics as well, because they treat pneumonia with
antibiotics.
Really,
as well.
It doesn't really
Yes,
cure a virus. You know what?
Yes,
that goes to show you, right, David? I don't know if you're. I know you are a firm believer in a spiritual sense of of living, and so am I. And
I am.
Even and I truly believe that for a long time coming, I've been saying to like my family how the world has changed. I mean, there people are living like we're divided. There's a lot of hatred. There's a lot of impersonalization. Like no one's really friendly with one another. And then this happens. So it makes you kind of wonder if God is sending us a message to change. And I feel the change in myself too. I'm not exempt from a lot of things. And the past few weeks going through this and being home and having to be my son's teacher and having to be more mindful about how I take care of my parents or how I even take care of myself. Is a learning lesson for all of us. So I think that everything that happens that is bad and we may feel like we're doomed, look at the bright side of it. We're learning. We're also learning. It's a learning experience. So I'm thankful in a little bit of this experience, but it's teaching us how to be more humane. And I think it's been a long time coming. The world was changing a lot over the past few years, maybe 10 years. In that area. And
that is some powerful perspective to receive. I'm sitting here just letting you go because you are truth telling. And I said the other day, the world seems a little bit kinder. In ways that are sort of indescribable and hard to define. It just feels a little nicer.
And we have a better sense of how to live our lives and an appreciation for it. And I was sitting actually doing my son's homework with him yesterday on the computer, and we did a science lesson. And I'm even learning myself as I'm working with him. And I'm like, wow, I never learned this when I was in school. So there's a lot of good that's coming out of this that people need to embrace, I think, and stop looking at the negative and stop worrying so much and do all the things you're supposed to do right now as a human being. Protect yourselves, your family, and protect the world around us, the people around us. Stay home. I went to the supermarket yesterday and I needed to get some things. This is a quick story about my norm outside of the house. And as I'm driving to the supermarket, the parking lot was the fullest that I've ever seen it. So I was kind of hesitant to walk inside, worrying about how many people are in there. I walk inside and the social distancing does not exist in these supermarkets. And I left. I went back to my car and I decided to go to the local bodega or the superette where I live, which was a little more safe place to go to shop. So these are all the things that we have to be mindful of during this time is do not subject yourself to places that are going to contaminate you or possibly make you the carrier of this disease and spread it to people around you. We have to go home to our children, and So we have to be
And
careful.
this is great perspective. I'm so glad we had you on. It was great to listen to you.
Thank you.
You have some really good advice. And listen, the reality is we're only at the start. This could go on for a while. We don't know how long a while is, but we got to settle in. We got to settle into this new
Right, and
normal.
that's my concern too. I know it's probably going to go on for a while, and like hopefully we'll still be able to get the resources, especially for food and this that we're getting now. So that's kind of something that I hope the government continues to distribute.
Me too. You and I both.
Yeah.
Listen, it's been wonderful to listen to you. Nice to meet you.
You
And,
too. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. And
my
thanks for
best-
what you're doing in Puerto Rico, David. I appreciate everything you do for Puerto Rico.
Thank
I
you.
want to say one thing. As being Puerto Rican myself, I don't speak Spanish. Can you imagine? I was born and raised in the Bronx. Now I've been living in Westchester most of my life. I'm 52. I never picked up the language. And so, but I've always had the love in my heart for my people. And I resonate with Puerto Rico because I consider myself a humble person. I'm very forgiving. And I thank you for bringing light to everyone around the world of how we are as a nation, as a race and culture.
I don't speak Spanish.
Thank you.
I don't speak Spanish either, but I'll tell you this: Dios te bendiga. God bless you.
And you too. And stay safe, okay? We need you around.
I will. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Joanne. Bye bye. Great lady. Great lady. All right.
Wow. Wow. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Your name is Raul?
And my name is Raul. You're going to ask me now. I'm like, this is my morning news in the morning, just letting you know there. But I'm from I'm North Hollywood, California.
North Hollywood. Tell me about your new normal. The governor's pretty much shut down the state.
Oh my goodness. You know what? He was a little late on doing that. I feel like he was, but I'm glad he did it. My new normal is I live alone. Me and my little fur baby. I have a cat. We just shut down. I'm a hairstylist. We just shut down our salon in Sherman Oaks yesterday. We were supposed to do it the day before, but we did it yesterday. My new normal is going to be just taking time to, everyone has been messaging me saying, Raul, I get it, we're all going to stay home. What are you going to do? You're never home. You don't ever spend time at your house. What are you going to do? I'm like, well, you know what? I'm going to take this time to reflect on life and reflect on myself. And it's okay to be home. I guess everyone makes fun of me because I'm always out in the streets. I always like to be at friends' house. I always want to go to the mall or go, hit up a bar with friends. It's like I never want to be home. Well, you know what? I'm going to learn the hard way that I want to enjoy my beautiful apartment, and I want to just take the time to stay home and let it be one more person that does not let this spread. If I can help this whole epidemic by just giving one more shot at this, then I'm definitely going to do that, especially because I have a mom that's at home that I have not seen in 4 days. And it's that important, you know what I mean? There's FaceTime, and we will be okay.
I love listening to all of this. I love listening to your new experience. It's going to be interesting to see how you settle in at home. My partner is a stylist as well. He's a colorist. He works in Hollywood, and they have essentially closed down the salon as well. And so, clients like you and Jeremy's want their.
Oh my goodness!
Is your phone ringing? Are they trying to find other ways to see you?
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. And I'm not just saying only my business or your honey's business, but a lot of businesses. But in mine in particular, we are definitely taking a hit here. There are some stylists. Now I'm not talking smack about any stylists or who are going to do this, but there are some stylists who are thinking of doing house calls. Initially I told myself, not a bad idea, but that's not defeating the purpose. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. We're you know, I'm not going into someone's house, and I definitely don't want anyone in my house. So I'm just going to have to rely on whatever funds that I have set aside, my little emergency funds, to help me get through this.
Raul, how much of a nest egg do you have? How long can you last if you were to not make any money from today moving forward?
Well, I'm about to just say this in front of your 371 people on live right now. No, I have about, realistically speaking, without touching my savings, I have about 3 months of rent, food, rent and food.
But Raul, I want you to understand, you are already at a better advantage than a lot of people, and I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
You know what?
Because a lot of people,
Oh my!
A lot of people have said I got 2 weeks. Some people have said I got a week, and so I tip my hat to you. And can I tell you what I think this will do? I think this experience that we're going through, and God knows how long it's going to last. I think this experience is going to get a lot of us to be more mindful about saving moving forward. Because something about the world, it's like we're immune to other people's problems. Like, no, that's their problem. And like, oh, well, if that's their problem and I live there, then I can just leave there and go to another place and I won't have that problem. But it's like no one can leave this problem. That's what makes this so unique. No one can get out. Like, we're all on this boat together.
Of course, of course. Yeah, it's I'm still I made a pact to myself to support local businesses. So although I have food in my fridge, that's another thing too. Just a bunch of confessions during this live. I'm not a big cook. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, David. I'm learning some amazing dishes, and people on my Instagram are like, Raul, that actually looks really good. Like, who is this guy? Like, where is he coming from? You know? So this is going to be interesting. This is, wow. This is, I wish I don't have a boyfriend. I don't have a roommate. I'm literally here by myself. Me and my cat.
Brother, I'm in the same boat as you. I mean, listen, I wish I could get Jeremy on a plane and get him here, but if he were to go from Los Angeles to here, he'd have to quarantine for 2 weeks. And like, I don't have a second apartment, you know, like yeah, Pat, in fact, let me show you this little nugget. Paddington. It's me and Patty Cakes. That's us, the two of us. Well, show us your little love.
Well, I think he's taking a boo-boo right now, but.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let him do his business.
I think actually he's right here. He's right there.
Oh, what's his name?
His name is Baby. His name is Baby.
Sweet little thing. Sweet little thing.
But,
hey, listen, I'm glad you heard from you. You have some great self-awareness.
Thank you. And thank you. I know you probably get praises all over the world. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you do. You are a different, you know, the news will show you some, you bring such a beautiful perspective to this. Not even this, but just so many different topics in the world. And coming from, you know, another individual from our community, you know, you and our community, yours and mine, thank you so much. Thank you very much. I follow you when you are in Puerto Rico. I follow you, everything you do. It's so inspiring. I'm so proud to be able to witness what the power that you have and the power that's instilled in you, and the opportunities that you are given to broadcast what you can broadcast. Thank you.
Thank you for taking us to church. This has been a little church moment. So it's
hallelujah.
It's been a joy to share it with you, Raul.
Gracias. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Raul.
Bye.
Boy, wasn't it nice to listen to him? Wasn't it nice to listen to him? We'll go from Raul to someone named Grace.
Oh my God. Hi, David.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm well. Are you Grace?
Yes, I am.
Such a beautiful name. Where are you in the world?
So I'm in New Jersey. I live by myself, but I'm originally from Camuy, Puerto Rico. All my family's there.
Okay.
I'm a banker here. My sister, I don't have much family besides my mom, but I have to stay away from her. I can't go visit her.
Right.
Because she has like a heart condition and she has high blood pressure. And I'm a banker. So I'm exposed. Oh my God, my dog is like, Nixie, ja. Bang. So I have a baby too. Besides, my sister just recently moved from PR.
Oh,
This is my Nixie.
sweet.
This has been my best friend. Being here by myself, she's just been great.
Oh, great.
You know how it is to have a dog and
do.
being by yourself. They're just when you cry, they're just there. Sometimes I can't even, be upset because she just comes over and just starts getting desperate. She's very attentive. She's actually from PR too. I brought her out here.
She is?
She's Puerto Rican.
Oh. Well, tell me about the job. Are they still requiring you to work?
Oh, David, let me tell you something. That's a whole I'm highly upset because so my job day to day, I'm a personal banker. I have like my own, desk and
portfolio.
Yeah. And day to day, I'm dealing with clients, and to me, it's a little nerve-wracking because I'm very warm. I'm from Puerto Rico. What do you expect? Clients end up being family. Day to day, I get stuff being brought over to the branch, and even the manager's like, "What are you doing to these people?" And it's just being welcoming, listening to people, which a lot of people don't have that. So when they come into the bank, I know their whole story and they just become family. And it's just nerve-wracking now being able to go into the branch and being exposed even with my colleagues, because our job, I have to sometimes assist the tellers and they have to go to the vault and we have to be side to side, shoulder to shoulder. So we're exposed, we're just, what I do, to be honest with you, I pray every morning when I leave to work, and I'm still working. Apparently this upcoming week they're gonna cut our hours, but they're gonna pay us the 40 hours, like the full time. But David, what difference does that make when it's just 1 hour being cut? We're still exposed. We're like 8 team members, and our clients, we've been at our branch, we've been fighting so that they put like a barrier at the teller lines. Our tellers don't even have, I work for one of like a big financial institution here so they don't have a barrier, and we've been fighting for them to put that there, and we're exposed. And there's still a lot of people that come out when I feel they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because we're already exposed with the team members, and I think they're just waiting too long to maybe cut down the branch, because there is a lot of branches that have drive-throughs, and we can work from behind, helping customer, guiding them. I'll be more than happy to be behind the tellers. And
why don't they only do drive-through stuff? I mean, that seems perfect.
David, I'm gonna be real honest with you. The financial institution I work for has always been very late in taking measures. Yes, they've sent somebody out to clean, but they're not even cleaning right. I look at them, I observe the cleaning people, and they must not be paying these people right, because they just not cleaning. I think I clean more.
Let me ask you something. So I had a conversation with the president of CBS News this morning, and she said to me and my producer, who were on a conference call with her, she said, I want to be very clear about something. If you ever feel at any point uncomfortable leaving your home, don't. Has your company told you anything like that?
No. They're a bank that are all the time. You know what upsets me is that they're always behind on everything. They only take measures when things have been escalated, and I don't know if you can kind of understand where I'm coming.
I do, and I've heard from a lot of people who say their employers are sort of late to the game. Okay, so you're in New Jersey.
I don't want to say the bank because I don't want to risk because I'm licensed. I'm a
No,
brokerage
I hear
associate.
you. But New Jersey, right?
Yeah, New Jersey.
So guess what? Phil Murphy.
And I'm really close from the city here too. So imagine, like, I'm telling you this right now, and I'm turning red because it's overwhelming. And when there's snowstorms that are really, really bad here, you know how it gets out here. We're still driving and risking ourselves, and while every other financial institution, it's closed. They're very bad when it comes to that. So I've had to go on really bad snowstorm while every other bank is closed.
Yeah.
I don't think they care as much for the employee security. They only take measures when things are escalated.
Here's the thing. Your governor is going to speak at 12 noon, so in 58 minutes. And he may do the same thing that New York has done, because New York and New Jersey are so close. If you don't like what New York is driving in New Jersey, he may shut down the state. Now, banking would still be an essential service, but maybe when the governor does this and orders, you know, New York's governor has told private institutions that you cannot, that 100% of your workforce, I think it's 100%, right, has to stay home. If that happens here, maybe your bank will start to get it a little bit more. Let me ask you this. What are you doing to hold them accountable? Like, do you have the confidence that you won't be fired if you call and say, I'm not comfortable?
You know, what they have in place, that they will, if you have symptoms, you can take a week aside. And David, I'm going to be honest, for people's own security, because people are still coming in. And I'm too close to my colleagues working. There's just no way of me preventing anything.
Yeah.
I'm planning not to go in because they're just not seeing it.
Okay.
I'm planning not to go in.
Okay.
I'd rather take that measure because it's my security too. And luckily my sister also, she's still working. She works at a supermarket. And I've had to step out. I wish I didn't have to step out, but I do have to step out to take her because she just moved from Puerto Rico here.
Yeah.
You know, I thank God that we have a job, you know, and we haven't had our hours cut or pay. That hasn't affected me, but I feel like I just hope that the bank does take these measures, and I will speak upon it because I'm very outspoken when I see something, because higher up are not at the branch. They don't see. There's a lot of things that are implemented in institutions that there's just some of the things just don't make sense, you know?
Grace, I love how outspoken you are. Stay tuned. Top of the hour, the governor will update, so let's see what he does. And I thank you for joining us to share
David,
your story.
I want to thank you so much for what you do for Puerto Rico, and especially me being here. My family doesn't speak Spanish, and a lot of English, sorry. They don't speak English, and they're in Puerto Rico. And you just have brought like such a big perspective here. I've always, there's been racist comments because a lot of people don't think I'm Puerto Rican when they sit with me, and what you do is amazing, because it just has brought a different perspective and reality that I've been speaking upon for like a very long time. And I just send them to your page. I'm like, all right, so just see what's happening in Puerto Rico. So thank you so much. God bless you.
And I'll continue to. God bless you, Grace.
Thank you.
Pleasure to talk to you.
Same.
All right, everybody. So I need 2 minutes. I'm going to get Paddington some water. I'm going to blow my nose. And I'll be right back. Patty cakes. Patty cakes. Hey, yo, my boy. Want some water? Want some water? Hey, yo, my boy. We thank your boy. Saul's coming, she's gonna take you out. Saul's coming, she's gonna take you out. So, where's your water? Where's your water bowl? There it is. Want some water? Get you some water. You want a treat? You want a little treat? Come with Daddy. Daddy will feed you. Come with Daddy. Daddy will feed you pancakes. Okay, fine. And we're back. And we're giving Paddington treats. Okay. Calm down. You're not supposed to be on the furniture. You know better than that. Sit. Watch. Sit. Down. 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 Good boy. Up. Good boy. That's a good boy. Shake. Good boy. Yes. See, I'm a good boy. I perform for everybody. See, but you better have some treats for my performances. You better have some treats for my performances. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Sit. 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 That's a good boy. That was good, huh? See, that was some chicken. That was some chicken. All gone. All gone. Okay, so onward. That's it. I'm out. That's all I got. That's all I got. It's all gone. I don't have any more. Oh, yes. Get a face rub.
Oh, no.
Did you see that? She goes, oh my God, no. Here's what I don't understand. If you don't want to go live, then why do you request to go live? Like, you hit the button. Hopefully nobody's forcing you to. Hello? Oh, now this is funny. We could like play pranks on people. Hello. How long should we let it go? How long should we sit? Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Yeah, she's feeding her dog too, exactly. Okay, well, that didn't work. Boy, we could have a lot of fun with this. Surprising people. Well, we already surprised people. All right, Alicia. Let's see if Alicia is ready to go. Show us your quarantine. I'm about to put somebody on the spot again. Carol.
Hi,
Hello. What is your name?
Carol, and I'm here with my fiance, Javier.
Hello, Javier. Where are y'all in the world?
Doing well. I love your shirt. Dios te bendiga.
Thank you. Where are you guys in the world?
Well, we're in New Jersey right now, but I'm originally from Puerto Rico.
And I'm from Cuba. Cuba. All right. So the governor of your state is about to speak in 47 minutes.
I know, we know.
And we'll see if he locks it down. Tell me about your new normal.
Well, our new normal, we're quarantined. Basically, we also, one of the things that we had to do is now we're going through, we're supposed to get married in Aguada, Puerto Rico in 5 weeks. So that had to be postponed. I actually was supposed to be in Puerto Rico this weekend, visiting my parents and family and getting things ready. And that obviously had to get canceled. So just trying to, I guess get accustomed to the new things, debating whether we should go out and buy something that we need at the store, or even just going out for a walk. So it's been
tough, yeah. Because we try to go to ShopRite, the lines are ridiculous. So it's like you're afraid of waiting an hour and a half, 2 hours online, than just coming back home. That's what I did yesterday. I attempted to go purchase the necessities, just couldn't.
Yeah. So we did go and we picked up some food, but we were very surprised. A lot of people are actually still out. Yeah, that was very surprising. But yeah, just right now it's just a waiting game.
Javier, do you have family in Cuba?
I do.
Have you spoken to them?
I have spoken to them. There have been cases already. Right. So but thank God they're doing okay. They're staying inside. They're following the rules. So but I have a cousin who works in the hotel business. So it's tough because over there in Cuba it's tourism.
Yes.
So it's to not work. So
well, and in Puerto Rico, so much of that economy is dependent on tourism as well. In Puerto Rico, where are your parents?
Aguada. So it's a
west. Oh, you said that. Okay. And are they isolating themselves?
Yes. My dad and my mom are definitely isolating themselves, especially my father, because he does have a lot of underlying conditions. Okay. I actually just got off of FaceTime with my brother, who he lives over there, and his wife is a doctor, and they've been isolating themselves also from my parents, just because she has to work in the hospital in Mayagüez. Unfortunately, his business had to close, so he has to take a lot of the things, like the materials home, to try to continue running the business. or it's a tech business. So at least they fix phones, they fix computers. So
Right.
just try to take all the supplies that he can home in order to continue serving his clientele, and obviously for money to still come in.
Right.
at
You know,
this point.
listening to the story of your brother and your sister-in-law, it reminds me of a story I heard in Atlanta of a husband and wife couple. They're both doctors, and he works in the emergency room, and he has now moved into the garage of the family home, and that's where he is staying because she's concerned of what he may be coming home with, you know, if he were to be infected. Yeah. So, well, it's good to hear from the both of you, and I'm glad you have each other. There are a lot of people who don't have their significant other in the house, right? And now's not a good time to call your friend and be like, "Hey, come over, come stay with me for a couple of weeks." Right.
Exactly.
So,
Yes.
Anyway, the governor speaks in 43 minutes, so let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Yes, but we just want to, let everybody know just to stay positive, especially anyone who's a bride to be, a groom to be. Like you said, we have each other. And if you have a wedding planner, even better, because she has brought us peace of mind. We're trying to get everything. We do have a new date, so Lord willing, by then everything's calmed down.
Excellent.
Yes,
Congratulations on that. How long have y'all been engaged?
Well, we've been engaged since November 7th.
Yep, it's November 7th.
Yes, and our wedding was supposed to be May 1st. So our new date, Lord willing, is July 24. You know, like I said, hoping that everything calms down by then. If not, then we'll take it day by day at this time.
Take it day by day.
Yeah, it's in Puerto Rico too, the wedding.
Yeah,
So
which is awesome. Well, thank you both for weighing in. I
Thank
really
you,
appreciate
David.
it.
All right, David.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
So I noticed that the governor is talking right now in New York.
And they are. Total number of positive cases now is up to 10,000.
New York has 10,000 positive cases.
Has increased by 3,000.
New cases more than 3,000.
Go back in case you can't read as fast as I can't read. 6,000 in New York City, 1,300 in Westchester, 1,200 in Nassau. You see the Westchester number is slowing. We did a New Rochelle containment area. The numbers would suggest that has been helpful. So I feel good about that. You see Nassau increasing. You see Suffolk increasing. So that's just the widespread increase that we have been anticipating. But our hotspot of Westchester is now.
Hi.
Hey, David. Hi.
What is your name?
I'm Kessia. I am Puerto Rican. I'm right now in Miami, although I do live in Los Angeles.
Okay.
So,
all right.
yeah.
So tell me about your new normal.
Well, the new normal, I've been in contact a lot with my family who are based in Puerto Rico. And the new normal for me has been trying to maintain peace of mind and wellness and trying to keep them inspired and uplifted, whether it's, keeping their immune system really strong, doing activities, connecting online through these activities to people who are doing, whether it's movement or information that is creating some sort of peace also, but also informed. So what are the actions? What can we do for the new future that is a complete new question mark?
Totally.
I've just been concerned a little bit with my dad because he's 68 and he is a strong man, very positive, and he's been working in a multi-million-dollar company in the golf courses in Puerto Rico, and they told him that they're going to use his vacations as his quarantine.
What?
Yeah. So
that sounds
yes.
like taking it out on the employee.
Exactly.
That makes absolutely no sense. I mean, I don't even know how that's legal.
I don't even know how that is legal as well. That was the question. Of course, it was infuriating at the beginning. A lot of Puerto Ricans kind of go with the flow of how things actually, are put on them, and they just go with it. But it's something that, it brings a lot of emotions, a lot of how can we help give a voice also to a lot of people who are in situations like this. And these are multi-million-dollar companies that have been based in Puerto Rico for years, being held by the Puerto Rican people. And it's been an exchange. These are employees, of course, they're providing their services, And the end, why are they not supported in times like this? I mean,
Does
it's
your
really.
Does your dad know an attorney he can consult with? Because that sounds like some BS.
Yes. No, I'm sure they do, but I don't think they're thinking this way. So I'm
Not
trying
right now.
to.
No. I get it. But when life does transition back to normal, and it will, he needs to consult with someone on that. I do not see how that is legal. I mean, that sounds illegal with a capital I.
Yeah. So I really just wanted to put you in aware of, these stories that are coming up. There's amazing, inspiring stories, but there's also stories that need to be, I guess, addressed so people get more informed and more on top, and they're just not in the wave of, oh, this is happening to me, and it deteriorates their wellness, their emotional well-being. And we need our immune systems to really be really supported by us and strong. So yeah.
I
not
love
good.
your wisdom and advice. I love it. Thank you for weighing in.
Yeah, thank you so much for everything you're doing and for voicing Puerto Rico and communities all over. So thank you. Much love.
Thank you, love. Much love to you. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Listening to the governor of New York on TV as well.
Hi, David.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Ryan. I live in Michigan, in Lake Orion, Michigan. It's about 40 minutes from Detroit.
Okay.
I'm from Puerto Rico originally. Been living here about 5 years. So yeah, just to show you a little bit of our new life. Just kids in the house, 24/7. We have fun. I was on paternity leave because my baby, she was born on the 20th of February, and I work in GM, started working again this Thursday, but work from home. So yeah, that's her.
Oh, look how sweet. What is her name?
Aurora Emilia.
Can we see her again?
Yeah.
Oh, hi, love. Oh, so sweet. So sweet.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So, yeah, how are you? I mean, you have the benefit to work from home. That's a really good thing. A lot of people can't do that. So, how has that, what type of job do you have, and how are you enabled to work at home?
So, I'm an engineer at GM, and I mostly work with designing parts.
Okay.
And connecting parts with suppliers.
Okay.
So most of the work, it's based from the computer, or we can do conference calls. We also have to sometimes go on site to look at parts or issues, but the CEO did a really great job and all the leadership, and they stopped and said, no, that the employees don't need to go in for that type of job until further notice.
Have they shut down the entire plant?
At least where I work, they haven't shut down all the operations. There's still some testing sites where they need to report out.
Sorry, that's my kid. It's my kid, and he's getting into no good. Hang on just 1 second. Paddington. Okay, I'm sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, so they haven't shut down all the operations. There's still some testing operations that are still going on, but it's very limited to very few essential employees.
So your kids are going to be out, your older one's going to be out of school. Is your partner home?
Yeah. My wife, she's around somewhere. Yeah. Here she is.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, thank you. Ryan was just telling us about sort of you guys' new normal with the baby at home and him now working from home. What is it? What's the situation like for you, the new normal?
Busy, extra busy all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a dog sitter, so no work for me.
Oh.
I mean, besides of the baby. But yeah, just yeah, pretty much.
Daily PJ, like daytime PJs and nighttime PJs.
All the time. You know, it's interesting. You talk about the dog sitting. I have a dog walker who is amazing. And as much as I want her to keep coming, I'm a little afraid. And I must admit, she has been coming some this week, but we stay like the heck away from each other. And like she wears gloves when she comes. But like the dogs, I'm trying to figure out what to do. Like my dog has to get out. If I don't get my dog out, he's going to eat the house. I mean, he's going to go nuts.
Yeah. How old is he now? He's
Paddington
super adorable, by the way.
He's 6 months old. So,
oh my God.
Yeah. And so, but you know what I've been doing? Here's my new normal. I live down this really long hallway. I live at the very end. And so we step right out my door and I just throw that ball and he runs back and forth and back and forth. Right? And that's how I kind of wear him down, but you got to do it. You got to do it.
You have to burn that energy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you. Great meeting
Ryan.
you.
Ryan, very nice to meet you, and you have a beautiful family, and I wish you guys all the best.
Thank you. Thanks. Wish you the best too.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Ryan. Be well. Bye-bye. Nice little family from Michigan. Paddington, it's too quiet over there. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's too quiet over there.
What's going on, David?
Hi there. What's your name? Where are you?
Jose Padilla. We talked yesterday.
Oh, yeah. You just didn't have that hoodie on. That's why you look a little different.
Yeah, I'm here at Costco. Let me show you the line real quick.
Please do.
I'm waiting in my car. I left my my cart right there waiting, but that's the start. That line goes all the way over there. All the way over there.
Wow.
All over there.
Whoa.
Yep.
Which Costco?
Costco in San Leandro.
Golly.
And my cart is right. My cart's right there. I left a little blanket right there.
Just for everybody, know, San Leandro is in Northern California. It's in the Bay Area.
Correct. Yes. Bay Area,
So-
San Francisco Bay Area.
Wow. And how long have you been there?
I've been here since 6:30. Yeah.
And so it's 8:30.
8:30, correct? Yeah.
So how long you going to see? Here's the tricky part. If you sit in the car, the line's just going to keep going and going and going and going.
Correct.
If you go get in line, you're going to be this close to everybody for hours. So
Yeah, exactly. So I left my cart, my shopping cart with a blanket inside. They're respecting it. I can see it eyes view right here where I'm parked at. So, you know, I'm just sitting in the car waiting.
well, I don't understand. You put your cart in line.
Correct.
But are people pushing your cart?
No, the line's already set. The line, there's opening is at 9 a.m. They haven't opened the doors yet.
Okay, so the line's not moving right now.
Yeah, the line's not moving.
Okay, I got it. Okay, now I understand. I was like, you're leaving in line. Who's pushing your car? They're going to push it out. Okay, this is a good update. I'm glad we brought you back in.
Yeah. So we gotta do groceries. Like I said, I was in Puerto Rico last week.
Right.
Yeah, last week, and we haven't done grocery shopping. I went straight to work. You know, we're to say in week 2 of our quarantine. We're fine. Thank God we're fine. The kids are fine. My wife's fine, and this is a new norm. I mean, waiting in line. They're gonna let, I guess, 20 people in the building, per whatever square footage. I'm not too sure. I was reading they have signs out there, and I was reading what they have. They actually doing a good job with putting what they have in stock and what they don't have in stock. So people go up there and they see what's in stock and like, oh well, that's not in stock, so I'm just gonna leave. I'm not gonna wait. So you know, and we you know, my family and I, we need our essential needs, which is toilet paper, shampoo, and toothpaste. Because like I said, we just got back into the States a week ago, and yeah.
Wow. The struggle is real. Good luck, my friend. Good to talk to you.
Thank
again.
you. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. So somebody said we have 10 minutes left. Thank you. Y'all keep me honest. Keep me honest on that. All right, somebody said the governor backed up his news conference, so I understand that. Let's see. So my button that I usually press is not working. So if you are trying to join in, send a comment. Post a comment now saying I am trying to join in, because my button has officially stopped working. You know, that pesky little button that stops working at some point. All right, let's see. So Crystal, oh, it says Crystal from Vieques. Oh, it'd be nice to hear from somebody from Vieques. So Crystal, if you're watching,
Hi!
Crystal, are you in Vieques?
So, my name is Sarah Elise, and I own a company called Crystal Clear.
Sarah, okay, but you're in Vieques?
Yeah, in Vieques.
Awesome. Okay, let's get a new normal report from Vieques. Tell us.
Okay, so everything here has been on lockdown, just like the rest of Puerto Rico, for 6 days now, since like last Sunday night. And so my new normal is just sitting in the house, and what I'm doing is editing my photography, my ocean photography, so that I can hopefully put up an online gallery to hopefully make some income that way, a new source of income.
Tell everybody where they can go to see your work.
Well, it's not online yet, but at least for the time being, at Crystal Clear Vieques on Instagram, and then I'll post it from there. But thank you for that.
All right, so at Crystal Clear Vieques, and Crystal is Crystal.
Yes, yeah, the English way to spell it.
All right, Crystal Clear Vieques. Where are you originally from, Vieques?
No, I'm originally from Massachusetts, but I've been living here for 5 years.
What brought you there?
I came to try to make a long story short. I came down on vacation, and while I was here, I got offered a job working for a scuba shop.
Okay. And you stayed?
Yeah. Well, I went back to Michigan. I was living in Michigan at the time, and I went back, and it snowed in May. And yeah, so I started thinking, and I started thinking about it and decided to take the job offer. And so I came back in September of 2014.
Is there anything that we need to know about what's going on? Anything that they're not getting that they need, or any sort of crises?
It seems like things here are pretty fine. We have toilet paper, for example. I think that Vieques is a really great example of how if you're in a small community, there's not as much of a crisis because our population is not massive. And thus far, it seems like because of our small population size, things are manageable. Of course, it's different for us. I personally fully agree with most of the lockdown because we don't have a hospital here. So for our elderly, it would be so devastating. And so I'm more than happy to stay inside. For example, my boyfriend, he's Viequense, and I mostly made the decision before the lockdown that I would stop tours and not go to work. I also work in a restaurant just to protect them because I thought if I got them sick, I could never live with myself.
What kind of tours were you doing?
Mostly snorkeling tours.
That's awesome. Well, listen, and I want everybody watching to know, Vieques has been without a hospital since September 20th of 2017. That's when Hurricane Maria devastated Puerto Rico, and it hit Vieques before it got to the big island of Puerto Rico. Yeah. So FEMA has approved funding. The hospital is going to be built, but can you imagine living in a place where you had no access? They have a clinic, but this clinic is about as bare bones as you can imagine. I've been in it, and this is no disrespect to anybody who runs it, but I would not want to end up there. And that's what the people of Vieques, correct me if I'm wrong, Sarah, but how many people live in Vieques? Is it 9,000?
Well, we think it's about 9 to 10,000. We don't have an accurate number, but yeah, it's about that.
Yeah. So nine to 10,000. But we were just talking, Sarah, with a man, I think a couple nights ago, who I believe he was a pilot. He didn't want to tell us who he flew for, but I think it was Vieques Airline. But they flew someone from Vieques to the main island of Puerto Rico who had symptoms of the virus. And he was talking about how he sort of wasn't properly equipped and all this kind of stuff. And it dawned on me, oh, right, Vieques. What happens when people start presenting with symptoms there?
Yeah.
So, you really want to isolate there and do social distancing. Is your boyfriend still going out of the house? Is he working? What is his situation?
So he works with the government right now. So luckily he was able to stay home as of Sunday night, Monday morning as well. And he's still getting paid, unlike myself. Okay. So yeah, and he's taking it very seriously. We're both taking it seriously for the sake of his parents and, for the sake of ourselves. The one thing that is frustrating for both of us is that the Department of Natural Resources, Recursos Naturales y Ambientales, they put out a notification saying that only commercial fishermen are allowed to fish right now. And both of us fish for ourselves. We both spearfish, we both catch lobster. And so that's an interesting twist in this situation. After the hurricane, the way we survived was catching our own food. And right now, we will get fined if we go try to catch our own food, which is so bizarre because that's so much safer than being in a grocery store.
Did they explain why? Is it the notion that we just don't want people congregating? So that's why?
Yeah, so if you want, I can show you their post. I had brought it up actually on Facebook. So the idea is that the commercial fishermen are still providing food to people. Here, I don't know if I'm able to flip this around. Let's see.
Double tap your screen on your phone.
There we go. Yeah, so they put up this advisory saying that commercial fishermen can fish. They must have their licenses. Do not basically, don't group together in the fisheries. And then otherwise, fishermen, recreational, or of course without a license, cannot be in the water.
Wow, that is really interesting. That's really interesting. Listen, yeah. I have to go, or I have to end it for now at least, because I only have 2 minutes left, and Instagram takes me off after an hour. So let's give people your Instagram account one more time. Is it Crystal with a C or a K?
With a C. CRYSTAL, Clear Vieques.
Wonderful. It's so nice to talk to you, and I am so happy to get a perspective from someone in Vieques, because just the other night somebody said, what about Vieques and Culebra? So thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thank you so much, David, for having me.
Thanks. Bye. Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
Okay, everybody. So I will shut down this one, and then we'll come back up and we'll keep going.